Happy 1 year anniversary. This is my 1 year anniversary of streaming and at Evolve Yourself TV. And I'm pretty excited. I'm Agni James. Welcome everyone. Yeah, this is a big moment. It's been a year. The time has been flying by. It's really been flying by. It's amazing. It feels like only yesterday that I was trying to do my first stream. It's it's gotten a lot different over time. Initially it was mostly just dealing with all the tech stuff and trying to make sure the stream was regulated and whatnot. And some things have gotten easier and some things have gotten more difficult, right? As the channel grows, there's different things you gotta worry about and think about, right? But yeah, anyways, how is everyone doing today? Welcome. It is 10:19 p.m. Chicago time, and I hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, I've been streaming a year now, so I've been bringing philosophy and meditation to the masses. That's what I do here. I like talking about philosophy of mind, metaphysics, and philosophy of science. Those are my three areas of philosophy that I really, really enjoy. I have a master's degree in philosophy, and so I've studied those in the most in the most depth. But yeah, and then I also teach meditation. That's what I do here. That's the name of the game. I come out here and I sit in a chair and I teach people how to find their inner peace within, how to go within and find what they may not recognize they have anymore, right? Because at the end of the day, that's the whole deal. The whole deal is that we have everything within us, to be perfectly loving and content and whatnot. But we don't know how to access it, right? So we need a tool such as meditation or yoga or qigong or tai chi or kunais. We need some kind of tool to help open our minds back up to the awareness of love's presence within ourselves, right? Because we lose it. We lose the awareness of it, right? It's never going anywhere, right? The ontological status of love is beyond question. It's eternal. It's permanent. It's immutable, right? Love is love. Love is the foundation of all being, of all reality, and that it's not going anywhere. Nothing can ever triumph over love because there is nothing but love. There's love, and there's the absence of love. There's the forgetting of it. So yeah, I come out here and I talk to everyone, and we do meditations, and we go within, and then you remember it's like, oh yeah, I do have this eternal joy and love and peace within my heart, and I can access that anytime I want. And then you go off into the world and you get distracted because your boss yells at you, or your cat pukes on the carpet and you're pissed off and you have to go clean it up, and it never looks, the carpet's never the same. But why is that though? Like, what the fuck? I have a cat, right? Everyone knows my cat is Parmenides. And she, whenever she throws up on the carpet, like, I have all these different cleaning products that I've used, and like I'll clean the carpet, and like what always ends up happening is that I'll either scrub too hard, and then the carpet's like a little off, like the bristles are a little bit broken, or I won't scrub hard enough, and then I'll have to like clean it again because it won't be clean. It's like I'm always caught in this vicious cycle. I think it's just the carpet I have. Like, there's just no good way to clean carpet after your cat pukes in it, right? Hey, Evelyn Yoga's here. How you doing, Evelyn? Good to see you. We were just talking about the philosophical nature of cat vomit for my 1 year streaming anniversary, right? There's nothing better to talk about than your cat puking all over the carpet, right? Evelyn is a streamer here on Twitch in the fitness and health community. She's super awesome. She's not just awesome, she's an Aussie. She's from Australia, and she streams yoga and she does tarot readings, and she's just an all-around genuine, nice, kind, smart, intelligent human being. So go drop her a follow, check out one of her streams. You will not be disappointed. Evelyn, how are you doing today? What's new with you these days? How are things going in Australia? Oh yeah, you said 1 year. Congratulations. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I was saying earlier that the time has just been flying by. Like and I've had like weird things when I'm streaming. Like, I used to stream at a very set schedule. It was like always like Mondays, and like I think like Mondays and Wednesdays at like 6:30 p.m. Right when I first started, I had like a very set schedule. And then I was like, fuck it. I don't want to just be confined to streaming at those times. I want to stream whenever I want. So then I started streaming like a lot. And then there was a period of time where I streamed for 25 consecutive days. And that was intense. I was just like, I'm going to go all in on streaming. And I fucking did that. And it was like intense. And I was digging it. And then I got burned out. And then I'm like, well, I need a break. And then so now I just kind of stream sporadically. But yeah, thank you so much for that. Congratulations. Let's see. You said, oh, there are floods in Australia. Whoa, there's floods. Like, are they like major devastating floods? I guess any flood is probably like devastating, right? No one's ever like, oh, there's a flood, and like it's like not like a big deal, right? All pretty much all floods have to be big deals, or else they wouldn't be called a flood. Or otherwise, it's like, oh, there's like a puddle. There's like a puddle, like that's like in the side of like my in the corner of my basement or something, right? It's like if someone says the word flood, like immediately, like we start thinking about like these devastating like floods that are like wiping out like huge areas of land and like bringing down buildings and stuff like that. Like floods are serious. Water is serious, and I think that's why. Because think about water. It's like everyone thinks water is like such a calm, easy-going thing, right? And water kind of is, right, when it's in just a very stable state. But think about what water can do. Water is so powerful. Water carved out the Grand Canyon, right? Imagine that. Just over time, it just started like rubbing up against rocks and moving stuff, and it carved out the goddamn Grand Canyon. Water cuts through mountains over time. I mean, water is incredible. In the Tao Te Ching, they talk a lot about being like water, actually. They say you want to be flexible like water. And water actually has tremendous strength because of how flexible it is. Yogis, right? Evelyn, you know about this. In yoga, you want to be flexible, right? And you want to not just have a flexible body, but have a flexible mind as well. And that's kind of like being like water, right? When water just flows, it flows, and it goes from areas of higher concentration to lower concentration. It's not like a salmon trying to swim upstream, right? It just goes with the flow. It's like if we can imitate water, we can learn a lot about life. Let's see, Evelyn, you say you used to have a schedule too, and you're the same now. You just do it when you want. Yeah, exactly, right. I feel like it's better that way, just to because if I feel like down, if I feel like really depressed and shitty, I don't want to stream. I don't want to come out here and stream to everyone. I don't want to bring my negativity to the rest of the world. I want to come out here and be positive and try to help people, or at least be neutral, and then maybe I can turn the tide and be positive, right? That's like one of my things. I'm looking out for everyone. I don't want to bring garbage to this stream. I don't want to bring garbage to this channel. Plus, if you feel inspired to do something, then it's not like a job then, right? I don't want this to be like my job. If I have I have to stream these hours and these days, then all of a sudden it loses its fun. It loses its appeal. Like, I want this to be fun. I want to enjoy every day that I come out here and I'm able to share meditation with others. I want to enjoy that. I want to be grateful that I get to come out here and teach other people something that has helped me so much. Guided meditation. Meditation is such a powerful tool. And if it's a job, then it's like, oh no, I got to stream from this hour to this hour, and it's like it's just going to lose all its appeal. Evelyn, you say no, it's fatal. Oh, really disastrous flood. People's houses got washed away. Yeah, that's intense. That's intense. Imagine that, right? You're just like sitting at home, like you're streaming on Twitch, or you're just like watching someone stream, and then all of a sudden, like your house is you're like, wait, what's all this water coming in here? And then like your house just gets like carried away. Like, how fucked up is that? Like, you have to admit, that would be like one of the most fucked up things that could happen, right? You're just like chilling in your house, and then all of a sudden, literally, your house just starts like moving. It's like your house is supposed to be like the most stable, permanent structure on the planet. You can't like your home is like, that's where you go for refuge. That's where you go to relax and seek comfort. Imagine just being in your home and your fucking home starts moving away, or starts like the walls start falling down. Like, that's crazy, right? That's earthquakes are kind of the same, right? Like, imagine being in your home and all of a sudden like the walls start falling down. Like, all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, this was my home. I felt safe and secure here. And now like it's a pile of fucking rubble. Like, what do I do, right? And that's kind of symbolic of the external world. The external world, think about it. It's all matter and energy. It's all wrapped in space-time, right? and we have like things just kind of decaying and changing forms. You have, on the molecular level, you have just atoms, bonding with other atoms, and then separating from other atoms. It's just like a whole bonding, separation, bonding like cycle that just goes on forever. It's all like how else can I put it? There's like a lot of ways to put it. You could say like things are moving forward and then moving back. It's like a pendulum swinging. You could say it's like expansion and contraction. I like thinking about it in those terms, right? Like the universe is a very much an expansive contractive force, right? Where things, and it just drives everything in that direction, right? So, such that one can expand or contract in any given way or respect, in any attribute you have, right? And that's I think that's pretty fair to say. But yeah, there's just a lot. All I'm saying is there's a lot of ways of framing the picture. Evelyn, you're a water sign. Oh, cool! You got the power. Yeah, that's awesome that you're a water sign. Water is superpower. Water is no joke. Water is absolutely no joke. People are always like, oh, fire, wind, hurricanes, blah blah blah. But no, water is like seriously, like it's like ridiculously powerful. Carving out like mountains. I mean, anything that can carve out a mountain. Like think about how long that would take to move a mountain or like change the landscape. Like if I was like, hey, I'm going to go over there and like carve out that mountain. I'd be spending if I spent my entire existence doing that, it would do nothing. I would like get like one pile of dirt moved from point A to like point B, and that would be like it. And water is just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna carve out the Grand Canyon. I'm gonna like, just do some crazy shit and carve out like some enormous thing that's like beyond human, almost beyond the human imagination, right? It's pretty amazing. Evelyn, you say same as fire, earth, and air. Though, yeah, it's true. But the thing about water is the sneaky one, right? Water is like the super sneaky one. When water is because everyone underestimates water. Everyone underestimates water and its potency and its power, right? Everyone knows that fire can burn, right? Because we've touched the stove or we've gotten burned before, but people underestimate water. Hey, JT Farms, there you are, my friend, JT Farms, my friend. How are you today? How is everything going with you? It's been a while since you streamed on a Friday, so glad you're here tonight. Congrats on winning. Thank you so much. You were the person that reminded me that it was my 1 year anniversary. I probably wouldn't have even remembered. I'm not big into like anniversaries and birthdays and like things like that. I'm like, oh, it's just another day, right? But you reminded me, and I think that's important to put out there. I've been streaming a year now, and it's something that I take pride in. I'm proud that I come out here all the time and I share meditation with people who want to experience it or want to check it out. A lot of people in the world have never had any exposure to meditation, right? So it's like, oh wow, I can just go on my computer and like learn about this thing that I've never experienced, right? That's like a cool thing, I mean, people like in some weird remote like villages and like in like I don't know, Africa or something are like sitting there like, I mean, I guess if you're in a remote village, do you have internet? What am I talking about? I'm thinking, dude, I literally was just thinking like of like all these like really like tribal people like living in like the jungle that are like huddled in their huts. They all have nothing but like straw huts, and they're sitting there like staring at their phones. Like, what the fuck is wrong with my perception? It's like there still are people out there that have been untouched by the internet, and I gotta remember that. I have to, like, for my own sanity. Like, I can't. That was such a weird image in my head. I literally was thinking that there were these like tribal people that were like out like hunting and fishing every day for their survival, and like like just had straw. Hey, Causa Zero. Thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Super appreciated. By the way, I'm getting close to 300 followers. I am currently now at 285. So yeah, one of my goals actually is to get to that pivotal moment. Like 200 people make a big deal out of 200, and people make a big deal out of 300. So I don't know. I'm just kind of like going along with the crowd. Like I initially was like, oh, I don't care like about exactly how many followers or whatever. But it's like whatever. If everyone else wants to make a big deal of it, I'll make a big deal out of it too. Might as well. But yeah, that was so weird. I was like literally thinking of like all these tribal people like sitting there staring at their phones. Like those tribal people are way smarter than us. They know that like you don't want to sit there and stare at a screen all day. They're like literally looking at like the most beautiful like landscapes. They have like Amazon jungle. They have like mountains in the background. They have picturesque sunsets and sunrises and to look at, right? They have like water, flowing down these beautiful waterfalls. They see like tigers and lions, like, running around in the background. And we're like, no, 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 don't look at any of that. You should just stare at your screen all day. That's what we do, right? But it's because we don't have like those beautiful things. Well, at least I don't. I live in Chicago, in the U.S., so it's like I'm looking at like concrete all day, right? It's like, oh, what do I want to look at today? Maybe, hey, there's a patch of grass over there. I can go look at that, right? Maybe I can like stare at a patch of grass for like 10 minutes and like not like want to like die. All right. So, anyways, let's see. Where else was I in chats? Where else was I? Evelyn, you say, yeah, floods are wild. You need to remember this when you feel defeated. Yeah, right. Be like water. Floods are super powerful and they're super wild and they can do anything they want, right? They just flow. They live according to their nature. That's another thing they talk about in the Tao Te Ching. They talk about living according to one's nature, and that's super important, right? Think about water. Water just flows. It's not like trying to do anything else. It's just being living according to its own properties, right? It's existing and following the natural principles of its being. It doesn't have first person consciousness, first person perspective, and it doesn't have self reflective consciousness, right? And I think those things can kind of like put us in loops every now and then, right? They can kind of like make us deviate from our normal form of from our normal form of existing, our natural state of being, right? But then again, one could also argue that self-reflective thought and first-person consciousness and psychological continuity, that's like the sequential ordering of memories in like a linear line throughout your life. So you can say, oh, when I was 5, I had this memory, and then when I was 10, I had this other memory, right? One could also make the argument that all those things are actually part of our natural state as well. Let's see. Kazoo, you said nature never stops giving. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's a good point. That's an absolutely good point. Yeah, nature, think about what nature does. It just gives and gives and gives, right? It's constantly evolving and progressing and moving. It's always flowing. Like nature is never static. I mean, you might look at like a landscape. If you look at something like on the moon, right, it's like, well, things really don't move, right? They don't have much atmosphere. If you look at things like, but they still move at very, very small amounts, right? But if you look at things like on Earth, I mean, things are constantly moving and changing shape and twisting and doing all sorts of stuff, right? It's pretty awesome, actually. Kazoo, what's your deal? By the way, am I saying your name right? I don't know if I am or not. If not, I'm sorry. I always mispronounce everyone's names. What part of the world are you from? You love my passion. Well, thank you. Much appreciated. Totally, totally appreciated. I always come out like really intense at the beginning of the stream, and then we slow everything down like very drastically, like, and we'll do like a nice peaceful guided meditation. But I always come out intense. That's just what I do on the stream. I feel like it kind of shows the world that like you can live in the world, in the external world, and be intense and do all the things you have to do. But then when you want that peace of mind, when you want that perfect state of oneness, you always have access to that within yourself, and you can access that at any time. So I think that's kind of why I like it. I'm also big into contrasts, and I love the contrast of like high energy, high intensity, high passion with like really zen peacefulness that one can access, such that they remember the love in their hearts. So we have that energy, right? That real calm, peaceful energy, but we also have that, the intense energy, right? And that's kind of like the dualism of humanity, right? We're kind of like, part of us is always like in the external world, like worrying about our job, about getting food on the table, about getting to work on time, getting laundry done, all the things that we have to do in this world, right? And who are we going to marry? Are we going to marry someone? Are we going to have kids? Are we going to Are we gonna like go play football? Are we gonna like what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with our day, right? And then there's the part of us that wants to just go within and remember all that love and joy within us. We have both those parts. We might as well use everything we got, right? It's better to experience the full breadth of the full scope of humanity than to experience just like one side of it, right? Because if you just experience one thing, if you only experience one thing, then are you really getting a good taste of what's going on, right? Are you really getting a good understanding of what's going on? You're getting a partial understanding. And one could argue, sure, either like one side or the other is not very is not does not have as much permanence or reality as the other. But like at the same time, it's still a matter of opinion, right? For one, and two, it's like well, there's enough people that believe in it, such that if you want to be able to relate to those people, then you want to be able to share in their experiences, and you want to be able to have a certain level of understanding about the world that they live in, right? Like there was a long period of time where I went within, I went solely within, and I basically was just doing nothing but meditating and doing yoga and just basically like really like spending a lot of time in solitude and just by myself. And I got real zen and real peaceful and real like tranquil. And then I came back out into the external world and I started being really active, and it was like a weird transition. All of a sudden things were very odd and bizarre, and it didn't it took me a while to acclimate to the new surroundings, right? You lose some context, right? If you're out of the world for a while, it's like you no longer know like pop culture or any of those things, right? So like all of a sudden there's like this weird gap in your knowledge, and then you come back and you got to like learn all this stuff, and you're gonna like miss some things, but you're gonna pick up most of the other stuff, right? And then you just move on with your life. But the trick is when you come back to the external world, you want to bring that peace and love that exists within you out into the world to share with others, because otherwise it's just that you're the only one that's got it. You have that love and peace within you, and you're not if you're not able to share it, if you're not able to give that love to someone else, then I mean, are you even doing anything in this world, or are you just being selfish? Are you just sitting by yourself in perfect peace while the rest of the world suffers? That's how I view it, at least. Let's see, where are we at here in chat? Uh, JT say it's important. Be proud, my friend. You make a difference. Oh, thank you so much. You say, who needs to connect to the internet when you can connect with nature, right? Nature is so important. It is so important. Yeah, it's and we lose sight of it, right? Because we're so stuck every day in like focusing on things in this high tech world, right? And that's just how we are. We gotta win in Rome, right? To win in Rome, do as the Romans do. So we have to, in order to survive, we have to got to have your smartphone. You got to have, access to the internet. You got to have all these things, right? And there's a lot of things you need to have, but at the same time, we can't lose sight of the big picture, that we exist on this beautiful planet, and that we have like wonderful air to breathe, and there's a lot of natural air and water and beautiful things, sunrises, right? We got to keep that in mind. Um, Let's see where we at here today. Hey, Chad guy's here. How's it going, friend? Good to see you, man. What's going on with you? Let's see. You spent $7.46 a gallon for your diesel truck today. Whoa. That's intense. That is super intense. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know diesel was that expensive. Oh, California. You're in California. Yeah, I mean, California's got some of the highest gas prices, right? I'm in Chicago, and I filled up with unleaded for like around like I think 350. And I mean that's pretty damn expensive for just like the cheapo unleaded, right? I mean I don't know what the hell's unleaded going for in California. What is you guys paying like $8 a gallon for like unleaded? I mean if you, like, why is diesel always more expensive? I never pay attention. I know that fluctuates. Let's see. Kazoo, you say the more love you give, the more love you get. Loving is quite self. You're totally right. That's a really good point. That's a super good point. And I'm glad you bring it up. A lot of people, don't think about it that way, but it's true, right? If you're a loving person, right? If you come into an environment and you're just glowing radiantly with love, and you share that love, and you connect with other people in that room, and you make them feel important, right? And you are genuinely is interested in what they have to say, and you bring people up. There's a lot of people that will try to knock you down. There's a lot of people that's like, hey, you know what? I had this good thing happen to me today, and they're like, yeah, but, and then they try to knock you down, right? They're basically pissed that you're feeling better than they are, right? So they try to knock you down a couple notches, right? Don't listen to those people, right? Listen to the people that bring you up. Those are the people that are your true friends, right? The people that will share in your joys with you, right? Not the ones that are going to try to bring you down, but the people that are going to share in your joys. Now, those are the people you want to associate with. All right. Let's see. Chad, guy, you say you were told that it's going to go to $9 a gallon soon. That's insanity. $9 a gallon. Wow, that's really intense. JT, you say U.S. Cali folks gonna walk everywhere. Yeah, exactly, right? You guys in California, you're gonna get rid of all your cars. You know what? I know you have that. You have some smog problems in LA, right? Well, you're not gonna have a smog problem anymore because all the cars are gone. We're just gonna get rid of all the fucking cars. Everyone's gonna walk. It's gonna be like such a renewal of like health and like nature. Everyone's just gonna be walking and breathing in pure air, and you're gonna feel great and wonderful. It's good. I wish, right? Chad guy, you say, do you eat organ meat? You eat beef liver every day. Oh, interesting. You know what? I stay away from beef liver. I don't know. I don't like the name. I don't like the name of it. It just doesn't sound right to me. But like I know it's fine to eat. I know plenty of people eat it. But I'm not judging. I just don't want. I just personally won't eat. I won't eat the organ meat. Let's see. I did. Here's what I did eat though. When I was in Thailand, my friend's girlfriend was from Cambodia, and she had, what was it? It was like I think cockroaches. She literally had like cooked cockroaches. And I was like chewing on those, or maybe it was crickets. I don't know. It was like either, I want to say cockroaches because it sounds like way more ridiculous. And I think there's probably a 50-50 chance it was cockroaches. But yeah, she had some like weird cooked cockroaches. So I ate some of those, and they tasted fine. They're real crunchy the way she cooked them. Hey, One Sluggy's here. Dude, I was just in One Sluggy stream like about, an hour ago, man? How you doing, brother? One Sluggy is a streamer here on Twitch. Super nice, kind, genuine dude. He streams Overwatch and a bunch of games. I've seen him streaming some, I think Mario 2. You were streaming, he's always streaming something different. He's got a bunch of games he plays, and he's just a really nice, good dude. He's a young budding philosopher. He's big. He's starting to get into the super big questions about existence. I love it, man. I love that you have that mind, dude. You should. I'm gonna start like recommending books for you, man, and stuff to read, man, because I love that stuff, dude. Like, I mean, I went to grad school for it. I literally went to grad school to become a philosopher, and that's what I studied, like it's so inspirational to read that stuff. And you were asking exactly the same questions that philosophers ask. And you were saying the same thing. So it's like maybe deep down you literally are a genuine philosopher. Maybe that's something you should pursue. Let's see, where else are we at here? Where else are we at? JT, you say 60 eggs and beef liver. It's a lot of protein. Wait a second. Oh yeah, that's right. There's all the eggs and beef. That is a ton of protein, right? Imagine eating like that much protein every day. Well, you know what? Bodybuilders have to consume a tremendous amount of protein. I remember like reading about like what they eat, and the dude's like, yeah, for lunch I ate 12 chicken breasts. It's like, dude, like, what the fuck, man? How are you eating 12 chicken breasts, like, at a time? That's crazy, man. Like, to me, that sounds crazy. I can't imagine that. The closest thing I can think about is I had a friend who once, like, he was really obsessed with McDonald's double cheeseburgers. And they had, like, a sale where they were, like, 99 cents. And he bought 20 double cheeseburgers from McDonald's, and he fucking ate them all. It was literally one of the most disgusting sights I've ever seen. He ate 20 double in one sitting. He ate 20 double cheeseburgers. Like, who does that? Who does that? He had like $20 that he spent on like the most unhealthy shit, meal on the planet, right? Another cool story about this guy. He once got an entire fucking keg. I think it was a keg of Old Style, actually. And over the course of a weekend, he sat on his back porch and drank the entire keg by himself. Like, who drinks an entire keg by themselves? Like, that requires dedication. That requires like intense I mean, who would even want to do that? who would want to eat 12 chicken breasts in one sitting, and who would want to eat 20 double cheeseburgers, and who would want to drink an entire keg of beer over one weekend, right? All right, where are we at here? Um, let's see. One song you say no cars, good for the air. It is. That's what I was saying. All the smog in LA would disappear if that was the case. Kazoo, you say, what do you do there? Oh, you're talking to him. All right. And then let's see. Yeah, we're talking about life and quantum theory. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, one song you say, yeah, philosophy is a love of yours. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool that you have that passion, that you have those, that you're asking those questions, and those interests, you're asking those questions. You have that interest in it, and that's something that not everyone has. So, I mean, you were saying in your chat that kind of everyone is, but there are some people that are, I would say, are less on the spectrum of philosopher, right? Like some people are like, oh, I only care about like day to day activities. Like the only thing that I care about is what's going on TMZ and what's like what actress is dating what other actor, right? Like that's like literally like what some people their whole world is, right? And they never are they're never going to ask a question of like what is the fundamental nature of reality, like what is our true identity, right? What is the meaning of what is the meaning of time, right? They're never going to ask those questions. They're never going to ask does free will exist? They're never going to even have those thoughts, right? The only thing that takes up their mental space, right, is like memorizing what actors and actresses boyfriends and girlfriends names are, right? And so there's people like that, and I'm not saying that's bad or wrong. I'm just saying that those people are very low on the philosopher spectrum, right? And then you get like the people on the very other end, right, who are like sitting on mountaintops their whole life, who just go off and move to the mountains and just sit there and like do like weird like mountainous meditation activities, right? I don't even know what the hell that is, but they're just sitting there asking questions all day, right? So it's like I don't know. Maybe we need a balance. Maybe we need a golden mean. Who knows? Who knows what we need? All right. Kazoo, you say, why do you think we're here? That's a really good question. That's a really good question. So first of all, that implies like that there might be a purpose, right? That we have a purpose. So I mean, the determinists, the hard determinists, are going to draw the line. This is in philosophy. The hard determinists are going to draw the line of, and they're going to say, we don't. We're here out of biological principles, and then they're going to go back even farther, and they're going to say because of the Big Bang. They're going to say because of the Big Bang, at the time of the Big Bang, the way everything exploded, atoms, arranged in certain ways and certain patterns, and then eventually, animal life came into existence, and then human beings came into existence with first person consciousness and self reflective awareness and psychological continuity, and we had all those things, and that's why we're here, right? And then other people, if you subscribe to a particular religion, the religion might say, like, oh, you're here to learn things and to like grow, or you're here to like do good deeds or to be tested, right? There's all sorts of different things that people will say, of why we're here, right? And it's like it's one of those questions that it typically changes over time, right? If you ask like a 5-year-old that question, they're going to respond very differently than they will when they're like 15. And if you ask a 15-year-old that question, they're going to respond very differently than they will when they're like 25, right? So it's like every like 10 years or so, you're going to respond very differently to that kind of stuff, right? Why are we here? What is the purpose of life? What is the meaning, right? Is there a meaning, right? I tend to think that there is. But that's just my personal opinion, right? That's just my own thing, right? I would never push that on someone. I would never like, and that's the thing. No one likes someone who's pushy, right? If you have a philosophical idea or notion or a religious belief set, it's like that's perfectly fine. Everyone's got their own stuff. But the second that you try pushing it on someone is like it's just really it's poor taste, right? Like no one likes the pushy religious zealot, right? That's just going out and like, trying to like force their religion down someone's throat, right? People would much prefer being around like the dude that's just doing his own thing, or the woman that's just, doing her own thing and just like is being a good person, right? I always say actions speak a lot louder than words. There's a lot of people that preach a lot, but then when it comes down to it, their actions are really disingenuous and like really are not great, right? But then there's people that are like atheists maybe, or like believe there's no purpose to anything, but still have a very high moral code. And think about those people, right? They still have the will to go out and do good, even though they feel like the world is essentially meaningless. Now that's pretty cool to be able to still have that kind of tenacity and drive to just do good in the world, right? Okay, let's see. One slug you say, yeah, and there is nothing wrong with that if they're happy, but you just don't find it pleasurable to know about TMZ. Exactly, and you know, I'm kind of the same way. But when I was younger, like when I was like you know 7, 8 years old, 9 years old, I loved learning about that shit. I don't know why. It was on TV. It was everywhere. It was like, oh, these are like beautiful, rich people. I want to like learn about them so I can become one of them one day. You know, when I was like, you know, yeah, 8 years old, 9 years old, I was like, these people are amazing. Look how glamorous they are. Look how cool these dudes are. You know, these guys are like, you know, breaking beer bottles over their heads. You know, they're awesome people. You know, but not anymore, right? Hey, Terror Time's here. How is it going, Terror Time? Good to see you, my friend. Terror Time, as you can tell, is the emote queen. She is the emote queen. No one can compete with Terror Time's emote game. All right. And then she's also a streamer here in the fitness and health community. She's an excellent personal trainer. She makes working out enjoyable. It's like you won't feel like working out. You put her stream on and you're like, all right. This lady is making me smile so much. This chick is making me smile so much that I am gonna work out. I'm in. You know, she makes it happen. She was streaming today, and I was actually at her stream. It was beautiful. She was at the farm. She's got a farm that she owns, and her dogs are running around. The cats are running around. It was like this amazing environment. Just she was like showing the moon that was out there. It was beautiful. She's got such Terra Time is someone who lives. She lives in Argentina. She's got such a beautiful landscape. Terra Time. I was actually saying earlier that like when I look out my window, you know, I see like I live in Chicago, you know, kittens, Kung Fu and I, we look out, we see concrete, right? We see plaster. We don't have those beautiful landscapes that you do in Argentina. You have like the most beautiful city thing. I bet the air is really pure too where you live. Excuse me. The air is probably like incredible, right? Out here, the air is like, not that great. You know, I mean, there's some places you can go to like forest preserves and the air is a little bit better, but it's not like Argentinian air, right? Where it's just pure and fresh and like it just feels good, you know, every time you take a breath, right? All right. Let's see if I missed anything in chat. Otherwise, we'll just hop into some meditation. Chad guy, you say watch this video on a theoretical physics talking about a reason why we never found aliens because it's a very rare thing that an advanced species never reaches interstellar level of society because we end up killing the planet with more. Yeah, I mean that might be the case, right? Maybe that's the case. Maybe we're gonna end up, you know, blowing ourselves up, and that's the reason aliens never found us because there are none because they all blew themselves up, right? Are we gonna blow ourselves up? I mean, this is actually kind of a pertinent question, right? I think it would be a shame. I think it would be a big fucking shame if we just blew ourselves up at this point, right? I feel like, you know, we have enough good people who are willing to spread love and kindness throughout the world that we should be able to hold it together. We'll see though, right? We'll see. All right. Michio Kaku, 3 types of civilizations. Ooh, interesting. Especially with everything going on. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I always come out like super intense. I always have a lot of energy and fire, and I'm ready to go. And then we slow things down. And radiate inward to the place of peace and love that resides in our hearts. Find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged. Or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. Gently close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths on your own. have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every 2 seconds. And you can use it to help regulate your breath count. Take a few more deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, gently raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, gently lowering your abdomen. Focus on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. The breath calms the body, and the body calms the mind. Be mindful of your breath count. Visualize yourself sitting on a mountaintop. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds float together, merging into one. And one cloud stretches apart into two. The clouds move through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being, exist for a while in conscious awareness, before disappearing from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit. Focus on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. Returning your awareness to your breath count. On your next breath, visualize golden light flowing in through your crown chakra. This golden light heals and nourishes as it flows throughout your body. Releasing all impurities through your exhale and your fingertips. Releasing all fear and worry from your mind. This golden light heals as it flows from your crown chakra to your toes. Helping rid you of any anxieties or insecurities. All residual ego dissipates from your being. As you identify with the purest light glowing within. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which would cloud your third eye sight. Focus on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. Returning your awareness to your breath. Your essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening the inner light within them. And they will shine their light on all whom they encounter. Until all of humanity is glowing radiantly as one once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye vision. Stay focused on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds moving through the sky before disappearing again over the horizon. returning your awareness to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Visualize the love that emanates from that location. And feel the warmth that surrounds your love. Experience the perfect peace that exists here. And the joy that bubbles up from within. The memory of this place should be quite familiar now. For this place is your eternal home. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which would hinder your development. The breath calms the body, and the body calms the mind. Be mindful of your breath count. When thoughts enter your mind, visualize them as clouds moving through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. Returning your awareness to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down to the center of your being. Feel the perfect love that emanates from that location. This place knows no dualism. For opposites cannot enter here. In this place of perfect monism, everything just is. And judgments of any kind are inconceivable here. For this mode of thought is perfect as it is. And shines radiantly, eternally. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eyesight. Sink deeper into this place of perfect oneness. go deeper into your center. Feel the perfect peace that resides here. And give yourself permission to experience perfect love. On your next breath, seek out the centermost point of your being. The place at your core. Observe the endlessly flowing love that exists here. And when you're ready, go on through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, at your center point, you remember your true identity. Here, at your center, you remember how you came to be. Here, at your center, you remember your divine purpose. At your center point, true nature unfolds. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are a divine being of love and light. You are immutable. You are eternal. And you are one with all creation. Visualize a spider web of love attaching you to all humanity. Nothing but love can flow through this web. Ego cannot enter here. For this web connects us, and ego tries to divide us. Here, in this state of pure monism, only oneness can exist. For what is eternally one can never be two. And that which is eternally full can never be empty. And you flow forever from the source of all creation. You are love. positive energy throughout your entire body. Exhale any residual ego through your mouth. Breathe in, filling your vessel with love and light. Exhale, releasing all fear and worry from your mind. Gently open your eyes and return to the present moment, bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of your day. Namaste. Wow, thank you all so much for being here with me in this sacred space. I am honored and humbled to be here as your meditation guide. It's been quite a journey that we've taken over the last year, and I am a much better person for knowing all of you. Thank you for being here with me. Namaste. Okay, how was that for everyone? I hope everyone feels some peace and joy after that. I feel a lot more peaceful and centered than I did prior to the meditation. Whoa! Whoa! Anonymous gifter giving out 10 tier 1 subs to the community. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Anonymous gifter. Super, super appreciative of that. What an awesome way to celebrate this 1-year anniversary. Bring it in. Wow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Super awesome. Yeah, cool. I hope everyone feels good. I hope everyone feels good. Let's see. Loka Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu. Congratulations on your 1-year anniversary. Well, thank you. Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. I really do. It's an honor. You know, what I do here is I'm blessed to be able to do this, to be able to be able to give my love and compassion to you through meditation and to teach meditation. I'm truly lucky that I've been able to do this. You know, I could be, you know, rotting in a cell somewhere. I could be rotting in a prison cell, you know, in solitary confinement, you know, or starving to death somewhere. And I have the means to be able to actually teach people meditation. It's truly an honor and something I think about all the time. I think about how grateful I am to be able to do this. So thank you for being here. And let's see, One Sluggy, thank you, man. It's always a pleasure having you around, and it's awesome that I can pop in your streams now. It's like I get a totally different side of you. You know, I love that. I love when I get to check out the people that come in my chat and see their streams, and then it's like I get to really learn more about the person. You know, and I've got to know you a lot better. You know, and it's you're an awesome person. Everyone definitely check out One Sluggy. Check out his streams on Twitch. They're super awesome. He was talking about philosophy today. You know, it was amazing. It was perfect. He's a gamer and he does philosophy talks too. It was pretty cool. They were talking about all sorts of stuff, physics and aliens. It was a really cool experience. You say 1 year with you. Can't wait for what the New Year's to come with you and your Thank you so much, man. Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna keep on streaming as much as I can. You know, whenever I can. I'm going to stream and try to bring love and peace and joy to the world, right? I mean, why else am I here, right? If I can't do that, then I don't feel like I'm serving my purpose. I feel like I'm betraying my own nature. Like I'm not doing what I was meant to do. So, yeah, that's it. All right, I think we are at about that time to raid someone. My hamstrings are starting to get a little tweaky, and sometimes they cramp up, and then it's crazy. I have to do a lot of weird movements, and like I'll start, you know, screaming like a five year old girl. So Let's see who's out there to raid. How is everyone feeling after that? Everyone's feeling okay? Everyone's feeling good, huh? Let's see. Who are we gonna raid today? Who are we gonna raid? This is tough. This is really tough. Does anyone have any suggestions? JT, thank you so much. All your love and compassion is always so welcome as well. You're always such a positive force. Those of you, everyone probably knows by now, but JT is my channel shaman, Sha woman, and she brings good vibes and keeps the good energy in, and she gets rid of the bad stuff. She gets rid of all the negative stuff. She's a wonderful human being, and a very talented poet. That's something I haven't mentioned, but I was thinking about your poetry the other day, so it's always awesome. All right, okay, we are gonna raid. So this is kind of interesting. I typically don't raid reruns, but there's a streamer out there that's really amazing, and she does these amazing sound healings, and it's super peaceful and relaxing. And I benefited so much from her sound healings that she's pretty much the only streamer that I make this exception for, and I sometimes raid her even when it's just a rerun. But let's give her a big raid because you will not be disappointed. This is Check Me Out. Yeah, she's got the most calm, peaceful vibe. You will love this. She does meditations. She does all sorts of good stuff. She's just a positive, life force. She's devoted her life to. I think she's a counselor too. So we're gonna give her a raid. And sometimes, she sees it. Sometimes she doesn't. But regardless, we'll all benefit from it. So let's spread our love to Check Me Out. Check Me Out, wonderful human being. And thank you all again so much for celebrating my 1 year streaming anniversary with me. I am so happy to be here with all of you. I love you all unconditionally. Namaste.